I've been really getting into Transformers again, especially the Bayformers version. Rewatching the main trilogy really lets me see it in a whole new light, compared to when I was a kid. I now see how good it genuinely is. It does definitely start to fall off a bit, but that's not the point of the video. I've been wanting to power scale the Bayformers for a while now, and since another power scaler named goji-chronic already made a great video power scaling Optimus Prime, I wanted to take a shot at the one and only Megatron. That video really shocked me on how strong Optimus Prime is. I remember wanting to do a video on a matchup between Megatron versus General Zod because I just love the parallels between the two. But after watching that video, yeah, Megatron pretty much solos all the DCEU. So let's get into it. I won't exactly be counting Galvatron in this, since this is a separate form of Megatron, being his conscience in an artificial transformer, but I do believe we can scale his feats as well. Megatron is often downplayed, and honestly for quite a good reason. During the main trilogy, 07 Megatron is actually at his strongest. He would be killed at the end, dumped into the bottom of the ocean, get resurrected with scrap parts from another Decepticon, get messed up again, and is just rusting in Dark of the Moon. Not to mention, after 07, he's always a secondary antagonist that just gets overshadowed. I fully believe that Megatron and Optimus are relative to each other, so a lot of Megatron's stats can be scaled off Optimus Prime. Megatron is at the top contenders of the verse, next to characters like Prime, The Fallen, and Quintessa, and they can be scaled to each other. But starting off with the smaller stuff first, you wouldn't be blamed for thinking that at max, they're like city block level or something. Starting off at when the Cybertronians should be at their weakest is their protomorph form. Every Cybertronian starts off as a base model until they can scan something to transform into. It's not like there's Lamborghinis and Hellcats on Cybertron, they have to scan them. But their form of space travel is morphing into the shape of a comet that can survive space travel, atmosphere re-entry which is 3000 degrees, and impact. Because 07 Megatron is the strongest out of the original trilogy, he easily scales above almost every other feat until Age of Extinction. He casually withstood shots from Jazz and easily ripped him in half. In 09, with his new weakened body, he swam from the bottom of the ocean and casually pushed a USS Topeka submarine out of the water with just one arm, which can be around 6,229 tons if full. He easily overpowers Starscream and still does scale above him. He was able to actually kill Prime by piercing his back and shooting right through his chest too. Even when he's so damaged, he is still able to put up a fight, like when Optimus Prime cut off his arm and he was still able to fight, even pinning Optimus down with one arm. You may be thinking that he must cap around city block level or something, right? Absolutely not. You need to see some other stuff to really see how strong Megatron really is. The Fallen at a low ball is large planet to star level due to being able to withstand the explosion of a sun harvester, a machine that's specifically built to destroy stars to create more energon, putting it around large planet to star level. Now yes, only a Prime is able to kill a Fallen, but Megatron's always been equal to Prime, meaning he should be able to scale to this. In The Last Night, when Quintessa was controlling Cybertron, it could be calced at around large planet level. Bumblebee was able to kill her, and due to Optimus Prime clearly being stronger than B, with Megatron still being able to match him, Megatron should then be around large planetary as well. Even though I said I wouldn't exactly be counting Galvatron, I did say I would use some scaling. Galvatron himself was powered by black holes and singularities, with Optimus still being able to fight on par, and when Megatron gets a new body, he would still scale to Prime. And a black hole's attack potency is around solar system level, but even then that's not where he can max out. In Revenge of the Fallen, the true scale of the Bayverse cosmology is revealed as 17 dimensions, with the Fallen being a trans-dimensional being. Already transcending the third dimension would put you at Universal Plus already. There is a statement that the Fallen channels and wields unquantifiable energies to unmake creation at will. If you want to take this statement literally, that means the Fallen can destroy all 17 dimensions, putting the Fallen at hyperversal, which would mean the same to Prime and of course Megatron. The Fallen should be able to destroy the Allspark if he is above the third dimension, with the Allspark creating the universe. Optimus Prime's spark is almost as powerful as the Allspark. In the same movie, Megatron, when he was weakened, was able to destroy Prime's spark. Being able to destroy a spark that's almost as powerful as the Allspark to create the universe should 100% put Megatron at universal level. You don't even need to scale him from Optimus and the Fallen for this feat right here. So his strength and overall attack potency can be scaled to at a real low ball around city level, at a real low ball. Scaling him even further puts him around large planetary to star level, even solar system level, and his main consistent higher up feats scale him to about universal plus, and if you really want to highball him, then you can make him out to be hyperversal. His durability is nothing to scoff at all. Even when he was so weakened, he was always a threat to Optimus and the other Autobots, even some Decepticons. I wanted to talk about his first scene in Revenge of the Fallen, when he was brought back to life and was still far from his prime, needing to use other parts. The military specifically dropped Megatron at the bottom of the Laurentian Abyss, estimated to be around 19,685 feet or 3.7 miles deep underwater. Temperature and ocean pressure are the main factors here. The lower you go underwater, the more water is on top of you. That's pressure. And when he was so weakened, he swam from the bottom of the abyss, knocked over a 7,000-ton submarine, and did all that in about 30 seconds. His durability should scale to his AP quite well. Even if he was very weakened, he's still taken so much damage throughout the series, still being able to fight an enhanced Prime that had Jetfire's parts. Take on multiple other Transformers. He did get staggered by the US missiles, but these are missiles that can hit 6,000 degrees, and he was bombarded with them. Not to mention, the technology on that Earth isn't normal technology in the real world. It's obviously augmented because it's a sci-fi, and it's confirmed to be augmented with Cybertronian tech. In 2024, we don't even have railguns that powerful, but in 2009, the military had this super advanced railgun that can one-shot Devastator. As for speed, his travel speed can reach around massively faster than light, as he does have space travel and flew from Earth to Cybertron in a relatively short time. I would consider his travel speed to be the same as his combat speed. I know that's a bit controversial, but listen. To fly at such a high speed, you need to be able to react, so you don't hit anything. Now, when a pilot is flying a jet at Mach 3, he's obviously not reacting at Mach 3. Thing is, Megatron isn't the pilot, he's the jet. If you can run at Mach 1, you would need to be able to react to it. Let's say you're at the end of one street in your neighborhood. You want to run 50 feet in front of you at Mach 1. You need to be able to react at that speed so you can stop yourself once you hit 50 feet. If not, you're going right through someone's house. So not only would I consider his combat and flight speed to be the same, but if he can fight Optimus, who can react to his jet mode, then he should scale to that as well. However, if you want the Fallen and Prime to be scaled to hyperversal, then Megatron can scale to infinite speed or immeasurable speed. Since the Fallen are able to hop between dimensions, and I'm sure someone who's multidimensional has that type of speed, but transcending dimensions can also put you at immeasurable speed too. It would be weird if you're hyperversal, but only hypersonic. There is another feat in scaling that can be a bit argued with though. In The Last Knight, Hot Rod is able to create these bubbles that can slow down or stop time. If you want to take this feat as is, you can scale Optimus to infinite speed. But I personally wouldn't use this scaling because if it truly was stop time, the characters wouldn't be moving the slightest bit, but that's just me. His robot physiology also has multiple perks. He's immune to pretty much every biological attack. Viruses, sicknesses, oxygen loss, and dying by conventional means like organ damage won't kill the average Transformer. He's been torn apart and was still able to fight, like literally getting a hole shot through his head and still surviving. His cannon has multiple variants, one being able to fuse into a main cannon that can send Optimus flying. Second variant has blades that he was able to stab through Optimus with, along with being able to shoot through his core, killing him. Then in Revenge, it switched to a shotgun, being able to damage Transformers and even kill Sentinel Prime. In The Last Knight, it's now a more normal fusion cannon, but they all seem to have the same ability to harm or even kill Prime. He's armed with his mace that he only seemed to use one time, and of course we can't forget about the transformations. His first appearance was a Cybertronian jet. After being resurrected, he'd be able to transform into a tank. Then, in Dark of the Moon, he would transform into a semi. He did temporarily have Galvatron's form, which was a full-on shapeshifter, also being able to form into a truck too. But then in The Last Knight, he seems to have his original transformations again. So even in conventional fights, a lot of conventional attacks won't work on him because of his biology or lack thereof. So in conclusion, his AP at a low end is around large planet to solar system level, scaled higher and is universal, and at a real highball, hyperversal. His speed is massively faster than light, but at a highball is infinite or immeasurable. Durability scales to wherever you want to put his AP at. Me personally, I do like to put Megatron around large planet to solar system level with massively faster than light speed because I just simply like that scaling more, but it's valid if you want him at hyperversal with immeasurable speed. I did want to make a video on Megatron versus General Zod because I just absolutely love the parallels. It's like poetry, but the scaling is just outright insane. However, let me know if you want a video like that. On Megatron vs General Zod, without his universal feats, I wanted to credit goji-chronic because I was able to get some insight on prime scaling from his video, along with Zeno_5G, who was able to pull up some scans, so go check him out. Tell him I sent you. My fault for the weird hiatuses I've been having. Shit's been going crazy, but just know that I'll be posting more soon. Please be kind to yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching.